Hi everybody, welcome back to another Evening with Sips. Tonight, we're taking a look at Farthest Frontier, which has just come out in version 1.0. I apparently played this game for 4 hours previously. It must have been a while back. I don't remember any of it, to be honest. I hear that 1.0 is very good, though. People tell me this. So here I am tonight, taking a look. We'll check it out. If you want to see a longer play of this, you can. I'll be playing this on my live stream, probably today and maybe tomorrow. But if you want to see more of this, a longer, maybe unedited play of this, you can. Just check the description. There'll be a link. I have a live stream channel. I also stream on Twitch every day and YouTube as well on the live stream channel. If you want to check those out, you can. If not, you can just have this. It's fine. Right. Farthest Frontier. It's a medieval city building game. It looks like Banished. It looks a lot like Banished, which is not a bad thing. If you remember, I mean, I'm going back years and years and years now. We did play quite a bit of Banished on this channel, and it was fun. It was really fun. It was a great game. I think it's still a very popular game to this day. With the help of mods, a lot of people have added more to the game. And keep playing it, but I think this is a bit like Banished. Not exactly like Banished. It's like when people say this game is like Minecraft, and it's not like Minecraft. I don't want to be that person that says this about all games, but here you go. Farthest Frontier. We'll do a new settlement. Pioneer looks like maybe easy. You got medium, and then Vanquisher, I guess, is for when you've really mastered the game and you're ready for a super challenge. I think we could probably go Trailblazer, right? In a settlement called Glumdon, we can randomize. I don't know if I want to randomize and lose Glumdon. Burwich, Jotunheim, Lemuria, Dreadham. We could go Dreadham, that's fine. Medium map size, pacifist mode. Pacifist disables raiding parties, invading armies, and aggressive animals like wolves and bears. I think a little bit of conflict is okay. We can have a tiny bit of conflict. There's advanced setting, there's custom settings, there's terrain to choose from. You got idyllic valley, arid highlands, alpine valleys, lowland lakes, plains, or random. We'll just stick with the default here. We'll do an idyllic valley, and we'll just have a quick look at the advanced settings. So resources, maladies, wildlife, and raiders. Okay, so you can with the advanced settings, you can kind of set more or less of all of these things, which I think after you've played the game enough, it's probably a good thing. For me, I'm just gonna leave it at default and try it out. You know, I don't want to go in on like super hard mode because I'm not ready. I'm just not ready.
But in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave, that we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. But this wild, unsettled land offers us the hope of a new start, as the masters of our own destiny.
I love the art style, and the music is very nice as well. I'm sure last time I played this, I commented on both of these things too, but it still holds true. I'm looking forward to getting some peasants out there in the fields toiling. I want them out there toiling as much as possible. I guess it's one of those things where you start off with and probably continue on with a lot of resource management. You know, You got to get the crops in. You got to feed the people. You got to keep them happy. You got to give them jobs. All that fun stuff. And then you, I guess, eventually sprawl out and make bigger and better things, like a keep, for example. You could probably make a keep, and maybe, judging on this little screenshot that we were just looking at, a castle as well would be nice. Okay, cool. It's very Age of Empires, the start. We finished scouting the surrounding area. Survey the land your villagers have explored and choose a promising site to construct your town center. It's important to choose a location that's near the resources you'll need to build a successful settlement. Things like clay, iron ore, and potential food sources. Okay. These games always start with berries to forage, or little rabbits and stuff to kill. And of course stone, which you can get stone from, but probably also some ores. And then, of course, you also want lumber. You want trees for people to chop down. And then these are all good jobs to start people on too, right? It looks like there's a water bonus available, which I guess is more for farming and stuff. Foraging sources spotted. So it looks like there's mushrooms, some sort of like roots. I don't know. Some lavender, some nuts, eggs, I guess, cabbages. There's lots of cabbages and berries around here, but not so much everything else. And then minerals in range. It looks like possibly there is some iron or something. It looks like maybe iron, but not blocks, gold, coal, clay, and dust. Sand. It must be sand for stuff that you would use sand for. So it looks like there's some sand over here. We can hold Alt for details. So it is sand. Sand, eggs, berries, iron ore, and deer. It doesn't look like there's any water around here. Potentially some fish here. No, iron ore, berries, greens, willow. No eggs here though, and deer and fish. Maybe we'll build close to this little lake to start with, because I mean, I think having some fish. What if the crops fail? You have to be ready for if the crops fail. If the crops fail, you're on the deer and the fish. It's just how it used to work back then. And greens and berries and willow. I don't even know what willow is. I don't even know if you can eat willow. Are you sure you want to place your town center at this location? Yes. I've had a good hard think about it. I think that's the spot. Okay, cool. We have many people out here doing stuff. Oh, look at them go. They all seem upset and possibly in need of housing, it looks like. Harvesting resources. Okay, so we can set to harvesting trees using the harvesting button, which is H. Use the harvest button to mark groups of resources for harvesting. Okay, so this will get people out here and doing stuff. So let's cut down a couple of trees to start with. And maybe let's get some of these cabbages and stuff too. Some greens. Trees, stones, bushes, and berries. Okay, it looks like possibly where the greens are here, we're going to have to set up some farming. Maybe we can get this willow, or there's maybe a hut that helps us get the willow. And bushes, we can take apart all these bushes. I think we can just strip it clear. I don't think we need all this stuff. I mean, it looks nice with all the bushes and the rocks and stuff. But, I mean, these people, they need places to live. They need to be able to do some stuff. Mostly just live in a house would be good. It's saying up here that we have a housing shortage. There's not enough housing available for the number of villagers in your settlement. Build more shelters, sorry, to prevent deaths from exposure to the elements. Right, okay. The elements, of course, can be pretty nasty. Rain and snow, hurricanes. I mean, I think if a hurricane hits this place, we're toast. There's nothing here that is going to withstand a hurricane. It's all like little log huts and with thatch roofs and stuff. I don't think anywhere in the world where there is hurricanes there was medieval society. I just don't think they would have been able to do it. I think we needed the technology to get better before people were able to live in tornado and hurricane zones. I mean, I could be wrong about that. It's worth thinking about, though. Right, we found a settlement. We constructed the town center. We are going to want to probably make some housing. We can make a shelter. A quickly constructed home that provides basic shelter from the elements, but will only protect against the coldest temperatures when supplied with firewood. Okay. Let's put some of these houses over here. It looks like there's a nice grid to build in, which is great. If I want to rotate, I can press tab. So I can have them facing towards. Let's make a road on the side here. Oh, what's this? Desirability. So desirability is impacted by the town center. So maybe we can have like a double road on the side. Okay, let's get a couple. Oh, it looks like possibly they don't want to be built too close to each other either. Need to space things out a little bit because the desirability was affected. Sorry, I keep pressing R to rotate, which is not the right button. Okay, fine. We'll space some stuff out. Here, let's put some houses like this on the other side. And then maybe something like a well or something in the middle of all the houses might be good. Yeah, I like the graphics. They're really nice. I mean, it's a little bit slow, but it's not a bad thing either. Logs we're waiting for, but we do have people chopping them. And it looks like people are able to just set up these shelters with probably little sticks and bits and pieces that they find laying around, which I think is fine. Clear, manage walls, flatten terrain. We can make a dirt road. Okay, so the dirt road affects the desirability nearby too of just about everything. But if I put a dirt road running up here, maybe. Oh, whoops. Firewood. Firewood is a critical resource for your settlement's continued survival. Stockpiling enough firewood ahead of winter will ensure that villagers have a warm shelter to return to in the cold months. Use firewood splitters to turn logs into firewood. Steady supply of logs will ensure that your firewood splitters are working efficiently and produce a sufficient stockpile. Shelters that do not have firewood will leave their inhabitants at the mercy of the elements. It could cause them to develop frostbite or even perish from exposure. In large towns, villagers may need to travel long distances in the cold to reach available firewood, which could result in exposure deaths. Markets can help alleviate these distances by stockpiling resources nearby and even performing deliveries to nearby shelters. Okay, so maybe the people who are doing the deliveries are wearing their snow pants, for example. If you grew up in Canada like I did, we had snow pants. We had to wear them all the time. Even if you didn't want to wear them, you had to at least pretend that you were going to wear them, and then you could just take them off on the bus, and then go to school without your snow pants if you know, you thought that those snow pants were cramping your style or whatever. But most people just leave them on because it was so cold, and they did protect against the cold. You know, like you could get frostbite potentially on your legs without your snow pants on, and then of course big boots. Gloves, mittens, toques. You need toques as well. These people won't have any of this stuff, except for maybe the delivery man. The delivery man seems to maybe be somewhat more sensible than everybody else and dresses accordingly so that he can do deliveries of firewood. Anyway, let's see if we can actually make some firewood since the game just told us about it. If I go into the building menu and I go into food production resources, maybe? It looks like we got a basic well and... wouldn't you know it, a firewood splitter. Okay, the firewood splitter is going to affect the desirability of nearby houses quite a bit. There's an impact for sure. So let's get the firewood splitter somewhat away from town. And then we'll build a dirt road to connect it. And then he'll be able to do some deliveries and stuff too. Would be great. All right, get to work. Everybody get to work now. Desirability. I think we've kind of figured out desirability. It looks like it wants some spacing of things generally, and people will just get really pissed off if stuff is too close to where they live. For example, the well. I thought maybe putting the well in between the houses would be good, but it does seem to affect the desirability a little bit. It seems to affect the desirability of the road here, but not the splitter. And this is very accessible to everybody if I put it in this corner, for example. I'm going to need some stone for that, though. Some stone that I don't know if I can harvest. It says that I can harvest stones. So maybe I can. Okay. Let's get rid of some of these bigger stones that are kind of in the way. And if we can get those into storage, then we can build a well. And it looks like, I didn't check to see, but to build roads, it costs nothing except for elbow grease. That's it. Just sheer, raw, unbridled elbow grease is all you need. You don't need any wood or stones or anything. So you can build as many dirt roads as you like, and they look good. They look like horses and carriages have traveled on them. They've got like that little thing in the middle, you know, the tufty grass in the middle of the road. Which maybe later on you can get people to cut better stones, and you can make those nice like those roads they have in France. If you've ever been to France before, they got all the little small rocks that all look like they've been hand placed, and I think they still are hand placed to this day. I don't think there's a machine out there that can do that. I mean, there's still lots of medieval towns and stuff in France, so probably a lot of the original sort of features of that, with the modern stuff added on top, obviously, exists. But it'd be nice to have some roads with some stones. We got 4 houses now, which is, sorry, 3. The 4th one is being built, but it looks like we've satisfied the housing crisis now. More people await. To join your settlement, amass a 4-month supply of food and 6 houses. Maintaining significant food stocks will help attract more people to your town. Roger. Okay, we have fish available, but no... oh, I could be lying. We have a hunter cabin, we have a forager shack, we have a fishing shack. Okay, the fishing shack could be ready to rock and roll. There are fish around here. And it looks like we'll have to place it on the shore here for now. I wonder if eventually we can make some sort of like pier or like a dock or something to put this out onto so that it has better coverage of the water. For now, it seems to cover just like the little shore area of the water, but we can get some fish in. I feel like getting some fish in early is probably not a bad idea. And then it can be, like I said at the start, it could be something whereby you've got some fish as a backup, you know, in case like the harvest fails or whatever. Let's see what else they've got. They've got crop fields. They got a smokehouse where you could smoke meats, wood, meat, and fish can all be smoked here. The fishing shack, which we're building. They got the forager shack if we want to get people out there gathering berries from bushes. And they've also got a hunting cabin for, it looks like wolves, warthogs, and I don't know what that is, a deer, maybe. We'll need a farm at some point as well, but maybe that needs to be unlocked. There's a barn, there's a goat barn, there's a chicken coop, there's an arborist building, a windmill to produce flour, a bakery to use that flour to make some bread. Maybe the crop field doesn't actually need a farmhouse. Maybe it's a crop field is just something that somebody can get out there and go buck wild in without needing any additional. Maybe they just take it to, like, you know, a granary when it's done. Soil mixture is clay and sand. Fertility is 61% here. I don't know if that's. I mean, 61% is better than nothing, I guess. I mean, maybe later on, after some technology upgrades, we could do some cool irrigation or something. But for now, I think let's just get a field down and see if we can pilfer some of the riches of the earth. the earth. Let's get some riches out of the earth and see if that helps us at all. Storage. There is a stockyard here, place for villagers to stockpile building materials such as log, stone, and wood planks. Okay, I'm down for having a stockpile as well. It doesn't need to be necessarily close to where the food and stuff is. So I'm going to place it here, next to the well. It seems to impact the well a little bit in the desirability stakes. So let's put it a little further down. you might be able to put some like beautification in after. After you cut down all these trees, maybe we could plant like some nicer trees and we could have a bit of a different layout. We haven't unlocked, or maybe we'll unlock soon or later, infantry units, archer units, cavalry units. Ooh, nice. We can make walls. We can manage walls and make walls. And in the building menu, there's also, decorations. Okay, there's some decorations available straight away. They cost gold, though, it looks like. Most of these cost some gold. So we don't have any gold yet. So I don't think we're going to be doing any decoration stuff anytime soon. Roads and fencing. Of course, we've got the dirt road. We got the fence and fence gate. This is a low wooden fence, great for keeping animals away from crops or predators away from livestock. Nice, okay. And then you've got the fence gate too. If we put the fence impacts the desirability of the field. This is the fence gate, which I'm assuming the fence does too. This is for if we want to keep bad guys away from our fields. Not soldiers. I mean like wildlife, you know, badgers and such. You don't want badgers breaking into your cornfield or whatever it is that whatever animals like to eat. Whatever, you don't want rabbits breaking into your carrot field, for example, or they probably would eat like all the cabbage and stuff too, I'd imagine. 1,968 elbow greases for this place is a lot. Okay, it looks like people are getting to work. They're getting involved. They're clearing out some of the obstacles in the field, and kind of nice. It seems like they already have tools that they can use. We don't have to provide them with any tools. We're not starting from scratch here. They're not using their hands and breaking all their fingernails and stuff. It looks like they just come pre-equipped with tools, which is good. This person is using a hoe. This guy was using an axe as well. Usually in these games, you do need to have... There is like some sort of like resource chain involving creating tools and stuff for people. It doesn't seem to be the case in this, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It looks like we have the seasons up here too. We're in early summer, year 1. Warm temp, light breeze, heading into... Well, of course, fall, winter, and then into spring. Which I guess is going to affect all of the different crops that we're going to be growing, the availability of food. Most of the time you want to stock up before winter in a game such as this, taking place in a period of time such as this as well. Storing food over the winter because nothing grows in the winter. It's not, we don't have access to like greenhouses or anything like that in this time period. So very important to get all of the stuff in. Here, let's cut this down and this down too. We'll get some more wood from it, and then it'll clear out a little bit more close to like our town. And keep people busy too. I think these people need work. There's no PlayStations at home. Jeremy Kyle isn't set to air on daytime TV for hundreds and hundreds of years. So there's nothing to do. If you're just stuck at home in your shack, you might as well be out there toiling in the fields and chopping down trees and collecting rocks and stuff like that. This a community-based town, okay? We're not at the stage yet where we've got social media and people are isolating from each other all the time and stuff. It's a different day and age. People got to get out there. They got to get out there. They got to work. They got to work for the greater good. They got to work for the betterment of the town, which I feel like it's called Dreadham, but I can't remember. we randomized the name a couple of times. Okay, we need to collect food. It said food was it wanted a couple of months of food right before we had our first migration of people come in. 3 or 4 months of food, I think. I don't know if there's like tasks. Oh yeah, there is. More people wish to join your settlement. Here it is. Yeah, it's 4 months. So it wants a 4-month supply of food, and it wants 6 houses as well. Okay, let me get these houses built then. We've got 4 now, but we're gonna go in for 6. We'll just keep following this grid and see how things look. I think that with the layout of the grid and stuff, maybe it doesn't allow you to be creative in a sense of like, you know, like aesthetics, making things look like naturally beauty. You know, like sometimes you might play stuff and it's not perfectly lined up with other places, but it can, you know, it can still look really nice. It can look quaint. But then there's games like Anno, for example, which really emphasizes efficiency in the layouts. But through that, it can look kind of beautiful as well, right? Like you look like you're building a circuit board or something, which I like as well. I like both. But if this game leans more into the sort of like layout and efficiency of a game like Anno, I'm not against it. I actually think that's fine. I like doing that as well. No, there's plenty of games where you can not be efficient and make things look nice, and it's fine too. Firewood Splitter is currently stalking, shelter stalking. We have a slot disabled here as well. If we want to get people working at these places, we currently have Wellesley working here. Wellesley is currently doing the laundry and not even doing the firewood. Doing the laundry requires firewood. I would have thought that they would heat up the water to do the laundry. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to clear up all those tough to get out stains. And you're not going to kill any of the germs either, right? If you're using cold water. Washing machines can do a cold wash, but I feel like you want some hot water in there at some point. You know, especially like for germs and stuff. And bacteria that might be growing like on the clothes. They'll stink. They'll stink after a while. Even if you use soap with cold water, I feel like the hot water, you got to get like a bit of hot water in there. So I'm going to assume that they are using firewood to boil up some water to do the laundry. So Wellesley, I guess, is coming to pick up some firewood to do just that.
What is it?
No, he's splitting firewood. Wellesley, wow, look at him go too. Boom. He's doing it. Good job, Wellesley. Very nice. Just what we needed. Some firewood. Okay, so now that firewood is being split, he's got the required materials, which is logs. He's going to produce 20 firewood. He's got 1 log in storage, and it looks like... Oh, no, this guy is coming to pick up... Oh, that's nice. He's got a little cart. He's got a little cart to pick up the logs, and he's now delivering the logs to... yeah, the storage place that we've got building as well. Meanwhile, the field is coming along. The elbow grease count is going down because these guys are supplying the field with much needed elbow grease. Currently, there's 2 people working in this field, and it looks like there's some greens to be had here potentially. We've also got
Hello there.
Julie, whose occupation is a builder, is now building the fishing shack. I don't think we're going to have enough people for all of these jobs. It's one of those, like maybe we've overextended a little bit because we're going to need people to work probably at the storage yard. We're going to need some people to work here catching some fish. We're going to need some people working in the fields with their elbow grease. And it's probably not going to be very efficient because we're going to need more and more people. But I suppose once we built the 6 houses and we got 4 months worth of food, we can start accepting new people in, and they can fill some of these job vacancies that will exist. You know, it's a little bit of a slow start, but it's not minus and equals apparently to speed things up. You want to go up 1, 2. That's a little bit better. And not that it's a bad thing. You know, it's. You probably don't want it to be going too fast, especially at critical points where you're building something new or you don't know how it works or whatever. Or, for example, if you, God forbid, you get invaded or whatever, you don't really want the game on high speed. But I think just to start off, just to get things going, it's probably fine, right? Especially once you're a little bit more comfortable with the controls and you have a better idea of the kind of things that you're meant to be doing and whatnot, it's probably fine too. Is somebody working here? Work areas. Some buildings have a work area in order to function. This circle defines where villagers will seek resources in the world. For example, a hunter cabin's work area defines where a hunter will go to seek out game to hunt. Fishing shack's work area defines what coastline a fisherman will fish from. By default, a work area is centered on the structure. That is likely not the best setup, sorry. To relocate a work area, left-click the work area button and then move the cursor to the desired location. Ah, okay, so what I was saying about potentially building out onto a pier or whatever doesn't seem to be the case. I think you can just move the work area. The tooltip will give you insight into the resources within the work area before you confirm placement. Okay, so to relocate a work area, left-click the work area button, and then move the cursor to the desired location. All right, left-click the work area button. Work area, retarget building work area. Okay, if we get it in here, fishing areas, 21 plus 130%. Fishing productivity goes up to 280%. That's great. Okay, that's way more fish than would have just been like on the, hey, look.
What is it?
Lodretta. Lodretta is my spirit animal. Out here fishing. Man, I love fishing. Any game that has like even a bit of fishing in it, I'm all over it. Much like this game. Lodretta is out here.
Work to be done?
Living the dream. That's good. She does have some bread and smoked meat. And she's carrying 20 fish, apparently. Okay. So once we have fish in, we got water, smoked meat, root vegetables. And we've produced 30 fish in the last year. So does that mean now that fish is being stored here somewhere? Professions, resources, and storage. Yeah, we got 6 fish. Pretty good. It looks like we do have to make tools at some point. As I was saying before, usually there's some sort of loop to do with making tools and making tools available to people. I think the game just gives you some to start with. Predators are attacking. One predator is attacking a villager. As your people adapt to their surroundings, they will also innovate new discoveries to help make their lives easier. Invest your newfound knowledge in the technology tree to improve means of production, unlock new buildings, and enhance the capabilities of your military. Note that each discovery becomes harder to achieve than the last, so plan ahead for what your settlement will need most in the near future. Town Center generates knowledge every month, but further advances will eventually require an academy to perform research at a reasonable pace. The Academy is the center for scientific pursuits, tremendously accelerates the rate of new discoveries. Scholars will perform research even without supplies, but providing them with a steady supply of paper will speed up their work. Okay, so this is how you get the research done. I like the building. It looks cool. It looks like a nice like stone church, which I think back then is kind of like where scientific stuff was conducted, carried out. Or maybe not. I don't know. Okay, perfect. Great. It looks like we've managed to fight off a wolf. Somebody has done this. I think maybe it was this guy.
Hello there.
Genji. Oh, Genji. Of course, Genji was able to take out the wolf. He probably ulted the wolf, and the wolf didn't stand a chance. He's dead now. Presumably, we can get some meat and some other resources from the wolf. Fur. We'll probably have to make some clothes. I'd imagine we'd have to make some clothes for the winter, in time for the winter, to keep people warm so that they don't die from exposure. And of course, keeping the firewood supply going so that all these people can have a, I want to say, very dangerous barbecue inside their house. But it looks like they have chimneys, so at least that is pulling all of the nasty stuff out of the house, stopping them from dying from indoor barbecuing. I think this is just how they had to do it back then. You should not do it like this now, though, especially a barbecue in your house, unless maybe you do the barbecue in the, I don't even want to say it, because if somebody goes off and does a barbecue in their fireplace, even with the chimney and stuff, and they still die, and they turn around and they say, this was you, I don't want to be the person who has to take responsibility. Graveyards. Dead villagers left out to rot will attract vermin and disease. Designate area to be used as graveyards to bury the dead and keep villagers happy and healthy. Okay, we do need a graveyard. Technology available. Roads and fencing, defenses, resources, storage. Does a graveyard come under storage? No. Amenities and services it must be. Okay. Close. We can make a shrine. We need some gold. Graveyard just needs a bit of stone and a bunch of elbow grease as well. And I don't think it needs to be huge. I think we can have just a small graveyard to begin with. Maybe we don't want to build it in an area where there is resources and stuff too. I'll just build it at the back here. It looks like it's got to be at least 4x3. We'll go a little bit bigger, just to get things started. There you go, Farthest Frontier. A very, very first look at Farthest Frontier. Again, I probably have played this. It says that I have played it, but I don't remember playing it. But if you liked Banished, and you like games like Ostriv, which I've also played, this seems great. This seems fine. Lots of like little resource chains. The layout stuff seems like it could be really interesting. There's all sorts of amenities to build, resources to grow, gather, manage, and it looks like there's also some combat later on. I mean, we killed a wolf, so we've seen a little tiny bit of combat. But later on, it looks like there's like bandits, raiders, armies, other stuff. I'd imagine the game just sort of like just opens up and sort of ramps up as you get to grips with the basics, like most games do. And then the challenges further on, managing like probably quite a big settlement with all of the challenges that come with that. Seems like it'd be pretty cool. Again, if you want to watch me play more of this, I'm planning on playing this on stream for a bit. So if you want to see more gameplay of this, see me get a bit further in it, you can. The link is in the description. Check it out. It's on my live stream channel, and there's of course VODs on Twitch as well, which is where I stream most days. So if you want to check that out, great. If not, at least you got this. Hopefully it's given you a little bit of insight into this game, and hopefully you like that. I mean, if you like city builders, you like games like this, I think this is fine. It's been great. Listen, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!